Okay, so what ended up happening today, I know that you were on the Lars Larson show and you only had like 40-second chunks to be able to reply to things that were being said. What actually went down there today? Because that didn't make any sense at all to me. I missed the show.
Yeah.
But I immediately started hearing from a tremendous amount of people. My phone wouldn't stop ringing. My messages wouldn't stop coming in. What actually happened there today?
The long and the short of it was Lars asked each of us, and I was asked first, I believe. Was I asked first? I think, I don't remember.
But well, this is all about IP 43.
43. So if 43 became law, would you enforce the law? I jumped away from what the specific question, and I got to thinking about 88. I got to thinking about sanctuary cities. I got to thinking about my job as the CEO of the government is to enforce the law. Mm-hmm. It didn't come out right, and so what a lot of people thought was that if it referendum went on and was voted in, I would immediately start putting, confiscating weapons and putting people in jail. It's not at all what I meant to say. What I meant to say, and I had 40 seconds to say it, and it didn't come out right, was that what I was trying to say is so much trouble has happened in America, especially with the Obama administration and with Kate Brown, of not enforcing the law. But I jumped away from the specific thing. The Second Amendment is fine the way it is. I don't want to hear about bump stocks or limited capacity magazines. I don't want to hear any of that. The second is fine the way it's written.
Well, see, me, as I am a constitutional conservative, and to me it's straight down through the Constitution. And so what you're saying is, constitutionally, you would support. You would support the Constitution.
Absolutely, which we,
and
to the best of my ability, we went through the Supreme Court and it had to happen. I'm going to, my oath of office is to support the Constitution and to follow the rule of law.
Which is the most important part, yeah.
But then there's this, and this is where you get into this. Thomas Jefferson said something like, you go to the Constitution and any law that's out there that doesn't conform to the U.S. Constitution is not a law on the face of it. It isn't a law at all. And so those decisions have to be made on an executive level. So I caught myself saying things, and people that know me know I'm a totally Second Amendment guy without infringing on it with anything. We can't start with bump stocks because then we'll go to this and that.
You would be supporting like most of the Oregon sheriffs are.
Of course.
Most of the Oregon sheriffs are going by the Constitution and not buying whatever law happens to be implemented.
Yeah, and 35 out of 36 sheriffs in Oregon will not have anything to do with IP 43 as a law.
Which is as it should be.
And of course, it can't happen. But I jumped over to this. I want people to know I am going to follow the law as long as it conforms to the Constitution. And I just was compressed into this thing and got myself in a jam.
Yeah, this is not an answer that you can really fulfill in a 40-second soundbite.
No. So the point is, I didn't handle the question very well. David over here, my campaign manager and policy advisor, has been with me for 5 months, heavy campaigning. I'm thinking I got all the way through to the primary without putting my foot in my mouth, and maybe I got a little cocky. Really, I was thinking this is going to go fine. I'll do it like I've done 100 times before.
Well, people were jumping down your throat, at least in their communications to me, and I kept going ahead and saying, I was told that this had better be videotaped or people wouldn't believe what I told them, and I told somebody what to do with that. Anyway, I think you've clarified this quite well.
I think, Ty, if people go to the website, we have very detailed issues. There's an issue page. Read the issues. It's been there for several months. That's how I stand.
And don't just listen to the naysayers?
Please don't listen to the naysayers. There's a primary election going on, and there's some people that are very invested in ruining me right now. And so you need to cut me a little slack on this. I'm a Second Amendment guy. I've proved it over and over. I messed up a question. That's all I did. And so that's where we are today.
Okay, so at the end here, I will go ahead and say to Lars, Larson, you always like to go ahead and have the naysayers have the first say. Well, they've had their first say. Now, I, as a constitutional conservative, I'm trying to go ahead and present the other side of the story. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you.